Hey guys, how's it going? This is Gabe from the Disciples here, and today there was a card that was revealed that I found very interesting personally, called Small World. It's from whatever set this is. It's like 2 sets from now in the TCG. It's like after Dawn of Majesty. So this card's gonna take a while to get here, but I thought the card was very interesting because it functions very differently from any other card you ever had, as it's a search spell, but it's a very conditional search spell, but it also just searches anything if you try hard enough. So I thought, how could we manage, like, figure out what card this card searches? Let's go first to read it, and then you can understand what the challenge is in there. So you can only activate it once per turn. You reveal a monster in your hand. Then you reveal a monster in your deck with its same type, attribute, level, attack, or defense. Only one of those though. Banish the first from your hand, then you search another one, and then you search from your deck one that matches one of those 5 things from the monster you reviewed. I know, it's a mouthful. The logic kinda is, you can review. Let's go for example here. Alright, we have Lulu in hand, so we can review Lulu, banish Lulu from the hand. We have Gam in the deck, which is a psychic, but doesn't match any of the other 4 attributes of Lulu. So we can review the Gamma from the deck and add a GG. This is kind of the idea. You're trying to have a monster that bridges both of the searches. So to search GG by revealing Lulu, we need to have a monster in our deck that only matches one attribute with Lulu and only matches one thing with GG. The attributes are attack, defense, type, attribute, and attack, defense, type, attribute. What are we missing? level. That's it. That's the 5 ones. So it's kind of hard to like visualize it because a lot of the cards just match things that you don't expect, like Drawn, Lockbird, and Lulu are winds, so they both have one matching attribute. So you could use like Draw to bridge through like 2 different winds, like Lulu and Lau, for example. But they're a lunch, and it's hard to quantify them. So I wrote a script, a Python script for that matter, that you upload a YDK. It's going to give you all the possible combinations for a Small World in your deck. So all the cards that A can search by revealing B to search C. So I hope that's not too confusing, but basically the idea is doing something like this, but you can automatically do it for any deck in the game by just uploading a YDK. And we're gonna go over how we did it. So this is the example deck we're gonna use. This is a virtual world list. The actual deck doesn't matter for this. I think this is actually like my OCS. I don't know. It was one of the. I think this is OCS like 7 or 8 that I consider playing virtual. Then I didn't, because it was the when we were playing Mischief and Crescendo. But it's irrelevant because you're only considering the main deck for the code purposes. So this is like a pretty standard virtual list, right? Like you have all the monsters, you have Gamma, Draw, Ash. We don't care about spells and traps because they are not relevant for Small World purposes. So yeah, this is the list we're using. And what does our code do? So I will, after showing how it works, I will show you how you can use it in any YDK by using Replit. But just to give a quick overview, and I'm not going to take too long for people that really don't enjoy code. Okay, hopefully we had some editing magic there that got solved because it wasn't loading. It is a script, like a 60-line Python script. It's pretty simple. The whole logic here is we're gonna get a YDK, the virtual YDK in this matter. We're gonna get it, we're gonna extract things that don't matter. This is usually, like on YDKs, they have like these 2 lines here, like we don't want those. And then we delete everything after the extra deck, because we also don't need those. So we filter it and we then convert it into a set. For code people, it means that we don't have duplicates, so we don't have to check for 3 copies of Lulu. We just want to check for 1 because we just want to know the amount of legal targets. Then we use the very helpful Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Deck API. Shoutouts to whoever made this. This thing is a lifesaver. It's so good for all Yu-Gi-Oh! Code related things. What it does is basically we feed in the card ID from the YDK file, and we're gonna get back all the information from the card, and then from that information we can extract the name, the attack, the defense, the attribute, the type, and the level. which are the informations we need for that. I can show how it looks when we print it here. And then we want to get the score of the card. Idea here is simple. We're comparing Ash Blossom and Drawing Lock Word. Ash Blossom and Drawing Lock are only relevant for the purposes of this card if they only match one attribute, which I think Ash and Draw do, right? Yeah, both have 0 attack, but their defense, their level, their type, and their attribute are different. So if that's the case, we're gonna return score of 1, and 1 is a match, which means it can be used as a bridge to search any other card that matches with Ash or matches with Draw, which means that Ash can search any card that matches with Draw, or Draw can search any card that matches with Ash. I hope it's not too confusing. This card it's definitely confusing. It's going to be a ruling nightmare because people don't read the Yu-Gi-Oh cards. And then yeah, we do that. This is a function. We call it here. It's gonna give us all the links, and then we output all the chained links, the nested links, however you want to call them, that are all the cards that can search each card. Easier said than done. Let's gonna run it. It's already should be set up. Just gonna take a while because I think it's every time you reset it reinstalls the dependencies. If Betty is feeling well, maybe you get like an up speed part here. Just please, like, it's gonna take like maximum of like 30 seconds. It's not the code that's running slowly, it's just because installing the libraries that it uses. You probably could write this code without the libraries, but I did it in like 2 hours. So that would be too much effort. Yep, we're getting there. There we go. Alright, this is a mouthful, right? Let's go through the console so I can explain to you what happens. This is an extraction of all the monsters that your deck has from that YDK. And it has its attack, attribute, defense, level, and type. This is what we're using to compare. And then here it's gonna log every card that has a link to another card. So Gamma, GG, for example, they are a link because the only thing both of them share is the attack, I think, right? Yeah, GG is 1000 and Gamma is 1000. These are all the ones that only have one matching property. Let's call property for simplicity's sake. And then yeah, this is then a visualization of all the bridges. So Ash bridges with GG, Lulu, Lao Lao, Nian Nian, and Draw with all of those. And then here it is all the possible combinations you can do from like any starting point. What Draw plus the card that I forgot, Small World, does. So here, if you have Draw, you can reveal any of these cards, and it's gonna add any of these cards. This is printed in the console, and you can also check it on output.txt. So you can just Control F. I don't know. I want to see every combination that searches Lulu, right? So from here, yeah, you can see I can search Lulu by banishing Gamma, revealing GG, by banishing Gamma, revealing Draw, banishing GG, revealing Gamma, banishing GG, revealing Ash, banishing Ash, revealing GG. All of them are kind of similar because they're kind of just doing the same thing in a different order. But this is important for deck building because you need to, if you're gonna play this card, you need to understand what cards you need to resolve the effect and what cards you can side out and side in, which is pretty relevant. Because now maybe, if I don't know, maybe you need to keep Gamma because Gamma is gonna make your virtual deck more consistent because you can keep Small World and it gives Small World a better plethora of targets. Virtual is just an example, it works for any deck. Yeah, like you can search like Lily, Driver because both level 6. Like it's a combination that like might not come in your mind. Like, oh, Driver's a level 6, so I can do this. So yeah, I think this is pretty nice. So this is the end result of the script. Now I'm gonna show you how you can use it for how you can upload your YDK and how you can calculate it for your deck. I wish I could do an executable, but that would be a lot of effort and it would have to bypass some security things. So the way I chose to do it, I hosted it on Replit, which is a Python website. I mean, not a Python website, a code-based website which does web-based terminals. You don't need to be a coding expert for this. I'm gonna show them in detailed way, like how do you do this. If you, you won't have to touch any lines of code. So you can see it here. So, yeah, you can see it here that we have, this is the link that's in the description. It's gonna open the small world simulator thing, and this is just the console. But this is just gonna do with the deck list that I currently have, which is that virtual list, right? But we don't want that. You want to test it for your Adamantipator deck. Yeah, with Block Dragon. I didn't think this through. I didn't realize it had Block Dragon until now. But whatever, it's still, the logic's still there. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna come here, you're gonna click on Fork, and it's gonna ask you to sign up for an account on Replit. You can sign up with Google, GitHub, Facebook, whatever. Sign up, it's gonna generate, you're gonna get to this page. So this page is Replit's editor. It's the same thing that I see, that you saw on my end, because I was the owner of that one. Forking a project basically means you're creating your own version of it. So it's kind of just like stealing homework, but in a cool way. So here, you're gonna go on DB, you're gonna download it. It's already downloaded here, as Desires of the Emancipator. It has no desires, whatever, but we move. And then you come here, you drag this into the files part. And then, yeah, then you have like here, desires of the emancipator.ydk. You want to copy the name, the full name, including the YDK extension, that's important. Then you come here to this line, which says YDK extractor with open, and here is vw.ydk, right? I'm gonna Control V to swap it to desires of the emancipator.ydk. And then, yeah, I'm gonna click run. It's gonna take a while because it's also installing the dependencies here. This only happens the first time you run it. After it runs like it was running like in 5 seconds from tests. Let's take a break. I'm speaking way too fast. Let this do its thing. Just, yep, we're getting there. Batty speed is up. Okay, there we go. It's going to run it any second now. There we go. So yeah, let's go look at it and look at all the possible combinations we can do in Emancipator, right? You can see it's a totally different card pool. So it extracted all the monsters that their deck played. Right here, including Block Dragon. It gives you all the links, gives all the links that every card has. And then we can, for example, in Emancipator, I think the thing we would like to do most is know how can we search Block Dragon, right? That's probably relevant. So Block Dragon's not legal, but you get what I mean. So if this card was legal in rock format, we could go banish Gigantes from the hand. I think Gigantes also would have worked. I don't know. Yeah, any other level 4 Earth Rock that doesn't match Nipir's stats. So like you can banish Gigantes, reveal Nib, and add Block Dragon, which is kind of fucked. Gigantes and Adhara. Yeah, Gigantes. Weeping Idol also like a rock that doesn't match the stats, it doesn't match the attribute. O-Lion can banish O-Lion for Nib, O-Lion for Adhara is pretty nice. Oh yeah, I could do O-Lion for Weeping Idol for Block Dragon, which is insane. Like, I think this card's gonna shine on formats that have cards that are super good, like Block Dragon was, that weren't searchable enough. Like Block Dragon, you'd play like as many Block Dragons as you could, right? You already played 4, but you probably would play more cards that search Block Dragon. This card does it. Even if it's a -1, you'd play like Signet Mining from Block Dragon. And this card is basically this. Because you can almost, like any combination would search block. Like here, like imagine, research or review Adhara because they both are Earth, and then Adhara and Block Dragon are both Earth, but nothing else matters. So you could basically just review any card in your deck and, I mean, banish any monster from your deck and search Block Dragon. Which is insane. I think this card is going to be super relevant, and I hope that the script helps you to figure out some fun things. I mean, I didn't try too much with it. I know the logic is correct, but I'm sure there's a bunch of unsearchable cards before that can be very useful. I know some archetypes really benefit from this, like Ignister, for example. Ignister is a deck that most of them only match the fact that they're cybers, so you can just change an Ignister for the other, or change an Ignister for a hand trap, which is pretty interesting. And yeah, all of this information is gonna be on output.txt here. So then, I don't know, you can or look at it here, or you can just like copy it, open like open a text file and just paste it here, and then look for yourself, Control F it, do whatever you want with the information. My job is not to dictate how you're gonna use it, it's just to give the tools. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful. Oh, I forgot this point there. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about the script, just let me know. The GitHub for the script also should be in the description. Also, if you don't mind, if you have a GitHub account and you could please just start the project and follow me on GitHub. It's all I do for a living, so all the support is appreciated. Check out our other things in this YouTube channel. If you want to subscribe. We have if you are into Yu-Gi-Oh encoding and you haven't seen it, there is a very interesting video that Marcus did like a year ago on the Aslapisco FTK that we developed, and we developed a code base for it to like simulate hands. So if you found this interesting, you're probably going to enjoy that one as well. Highly recommend. It's very nice. And yeah, I think that's about it. Hope everyone has a good day. Let me know if you want anything different, or any comments if you found this interesting, fun uses you found for it for a small world by using the app, project, Replit, whatever you want to call it for now. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day, everyone.